I just hate it when you have a really good pre-season and then you have a really bad start to the league. In a parallel universe, West Ham United decided that Slaven Bilic wasn't the right man to lead West Ham to glory at the London Stadium. Instead, they chose this man. Hi there, my name is JNO. What's up guys, and welcome to the West Ham World, episode number 2 of season number 5, where we're really trying to push on and win some tournaments or the league in this save. Today we have Euro Cup Group B football for you as we play Vitesse from Holland, and then we're going to skip a game against Watford away to get on to the EFL Cup third round against Bristol City. Now we're actually going to take the League Cup seriously this year because I want a trophy in that West Ham trophy cabinet. And if you didn't know, last episode we also took the England job over pre-season, so we're now England manager and we do have some England games to have a quick look at as well. So if we have a look at the schedule, you can see we had a bad start to the season, losing 2-1 to Newcastle and then 2-0 in the game after that episode against Liverpool. Unfortunately, the likes of Origi and Musa were just too much for us to handle, and we had 2 defeats in the first 2 games. Fortunately, we then played Sheffield Wednesday and managed to get a 3-2 victory, but it was nowhere near as comfortable as I would have liked. We got a goal in the 15th minute, only to see J. Rodriguez score in the 42nd, but Mark Anderson was clearly on form as he scored in the 49th. Again, Sheffield Wednesday equalised with a goal from Ontiveros, and then Mark Anderson in the 75th minute won the game for us, getting a 9.5 rating overall. And it looks like we're probably going to stick with Mark as our striker for the foreseeable future, because we're loaning out Berahino for a monthly sum, which should help our finances. If we go over to the England schedule, you can see that we've played 2 games in that as well. We have played Russia and Denmark in the Euro League Division A Group 4. I'm not even sure what that is. But in this Euro League Division A Group 4 group, we managed to win 2-0 against Russia at home. Will Hughes and John Stones getting the goals in that one. And then we played against Denmark away, and Danny Welbeck, coming in for an injured Harry Kane, managed to get 2 goals in that game to see 2 2-0 victories, which now means we are top of this European International League Division A group with 6 points. Both other teams have 0, having only played us. So if we have a look at the league table, you can see we're currently sitting in 11th, purely because we lost those first 2 games. Fortunately, we have picked up 2 victories after that, so we're on 6 points at the moment. We need to catch up with this chasing group and make sure we're around this area for the majority of the season. But we're going to focus on the Euro Cup and the EFL Cup in this episode. Okay, so I'm going to try something today, but recently I've looked at my team report and it says we don't have a very determined team. Now I'm looking at the determination stat here all the way just before finishing, and as you can see, the majority of my squad is quite high in determination. Okay, there are these players down here, but most of them aren't first team players. So I'm going to put on the most determined team in this game, see if that makes a difference. So Yilmaz is actually our most determined first team player. Van Ginkel is also there as well, so he will come in. He hasn't been playing recently, so it'll be good to see how he does. Clarkson will go there with Blind playing as a deep line playmaker instead of Lewis Cook. We're going to then give Michael Keane the centre back role. Muldoon, I'm not sure if he's really ready. Should we risk him? Where could he play? I suppose he could play attacking midfield centre. He'll go on the bench. I'm not really going to risk him in the actual game. Beckett Ayan, I'm quite happy to play as midfielder right. Reece Oxford, quite happy for him to go. Luan, Ayew, could I play him up front? He does have decent finishing. You know what, we'll give him a go. In the interest of science, we'll give him a go. Goalkeeper, we need 1 more defender. Okay, now we're going quite low down as far as determination goes. Wisdom would be the next most determined at 12. Bit disappointing. Anyway, Dennis Frolic will be the sub-goalkeeper. We've got Will Hughes coming in. He can be the deep line playmaker substitute. We've got Queener. Evander can be substitute number 7 for us. So we've just got 2 and 3 left. Again, more defence-minded players. So we're actually going to give a substitute appearance for William Humphreys. And then we're going to go back up here and find Thomas Bjorkhead. And that will be the team for this game. So the lineup we're going with, the most determined West Ham team that we could put out there. Swap them, that will probably yeah, look a bit more suited. Anyway, we're starting off with Hamilton in goal, with Wisdom, Keane and Oxford as the three-man defence. We've got Yilmaz on the left, with Beckett, Ayan on the right, Klaassen and Van Ginkel either side of Daley Blind as the deep line playmaker, and then Ayew is going to be just behind Luan. Can the most determined West Ham squad get a victory in the Euro Cup? Okay, so the formation we are playing against is a 4-2-3-1. So as usual, you're going to see me change to trying to attack down the wings, because we're going to make the most of this space between the attacking midfielders and the fullbacks. I don't recognise any of those players, so hopefully there isn't a star amongst them. And we're going to not play out defence just because there's so many men forward on their lineup. So that is how we'll change our tactics to this one. We are favourites, so we'll remind them we are favourites, and we're going to be assertive and tell them that we've got faith. Come on boys, you're the most determined team, so let's have a determined performance. It'll be interesting as an experiment to see how well this does, like the most determined team possible. That could be an FM Scout experiment. I've just had a brainwave. Booed. Videos coming, I promise. We're going to try the most of every kind of attribute and see how a team does. Get in. Anyway, let's focus on the game at hand, with Luan finding Van Ginkel out to Yilmaz. Yilmaz now putting in the cross into the box. Klaassen, the most determined team have scored in 10 minutes. That's how determined they are. Give them 10 minutes, they'll get a goal. Great ball out to Yilmaz. Yilmaz, who I have really high hopes for, crosses it into Klaassen, who not only heads it in the goal, but picks out the top corner beautifully. Get in. I'm actually having a really good recording session, because I've just finished recording the AFC Wimbledon Return to Glory, where we beat Milton Keynes, and now Luan finds Becker Ayan, and it's 2-0. Life is good, life is grand, life is great, lots of G's, because I'm a G. God, even my ab-libs are awesome now. Mate, I need to buy a lottery ticket. It's Saturday. If you don't see any videos after this one, I bought a lottery ticket, I won, and I've gone on holiday. Alright? Okay, so it's quieting down a bit now, but we have managed to score 2 out of 3 chances. 2 clear-cut chances, as Klaassen almost finds the ball over the top to Becker Ayan. Now we could be in trouble here as Warder runs with the ball. Is he going to find... He does, but great tackle by Blind there. Maybe Blind should be playing instead of Lewis Cook. Very experienced head in the middle of the park for us. Yilmaz now. What can Yilmaz do? He can get tackled. That's what he can do. But we win the ball back. Blind plays it into Klaassen. You've got so much space to run into. Just run forward. Maybe shooting wasn't the best option there. But we're 2-0 up, so I'll forgive you. Especially with that beautiful header you scored. So far, despite possession being quite equal, the Taser have not had anything. They've had absolutely nothing. As the ball finds Becker Ayan on the right, plays it into the middle to Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel forward to Ayew. Ayew now going to play it through to Yilmaz. Even I saw that pass. Luan, bang. Top bins. What a strike by Luan. Even Luan is performing. That's how well the most determined West Ham side can do. Okay, so Yilmaz again, finding a man in the box. Luan, bang. What a great start to the Euro Cup we are about to have. Okay, so Vitesse now have the ball as they play it forward. Forsby finds Bel Hassani. Wide. Both of my men closed him down. Good save by William Hamilton, but both defenders closed down that man, and all we had to do was poke the ball through, and they had a man through on goal. Their first chance was clear cut, but William Hamilton came to the rescue. Let's go in at half time 3-0 up, and we can tell the boys how well they've done. Tell them to keep on going. Everyone is extremely delighted, and so far Yilmaz is the star man on an 8.2, with the likes of Klaassen and Luan on 7.9s. Okay, so we kick off the second half with Yilmaz again with a run down the left. Puts the ball into Ayew. I'm not used to saying Ayew, I've not played him a lot recently. Klaassen now gets tackled by Forsby. Both Klaassen, Van Ginkel, Van der Beek, who I don't even think's on the bench, but we have quite a few players that used to play in the Eredivisie, so they're used to playing these kind of teams, and obviously it's kind of paid off considering the scoreline at the moment. Van Wolfswinkel, I know him, Wolfwinks, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've heard of that guy. Alright, so we're going to pause it, go with a calm and concentrate. Let's just see this game out. We don't need to do anything fancy anymore. And then we're going to make a substitution. Because of the way this game's going, I'm going to give these two a game. So Queener can come on, and I'm going to swap Queen with Klaassen. And then Muldoon can come on for Ayew. Yeah, Ayew's on a 6.8. So give these two youngsters a game, see what they can do for us. See if they can grab a European goal, which will be a good experience for them. After a great first half, it's gone a bit quiet in the second. Alright, they've hoofed it clear, but we've won the ball, and now Queener has it. Plays it to Muldoon. Muldoon to Luan. Luan back to Muldoon. Plays it through to Yilmaz, who deserves the goal and gets it. I was worried there wasn't enough power on that, but Yilmaz manages to slot it past the keeper calmly, and Yilmaz deserves that goal. Great performance by the Belgian out on the left. Absolutely brilliant ball by Muldoon as well. Youngster coming into the team, showing some promise. I believe he was our first star coming through our youth academy in season number 1. So now in season number 5, he's getting some game time. Alright, now Luan has space to run into. I'm struggling to say Luan's name, but he gets tackled. Oh wow, again, defender tries to close down the man, just leaves so much space behind, which Bel Hassani just easily walks into. It's fine because we're winning 4-1, but you know, clean sheets are always nice, and I don't like seeing my defenders make bad decisions like that. Especially the guy in the middle, supposed to be on cover, Michael Keane, so just cover the last man, stay on that striker and make sure they can't play a ball through. Now what I've noticed as well recently is if I don't pay attention to their formation, a formation change can really hurt this tactic if I don't pay attention to it. So now that they've changed their tactic, I suppose they've still got quite a lot of space out on the wide areas, but we're going to go back to how the tactic normally plays without focusing on playing out wide, because they've got more men back. And we're just going to try and play it in the spaces. Queener tries to find Ayan but can't. Okay, our defender's going to pick that up, Reece Oxford. We've got a ball back to the keeper if need be, just play it safe. Now Hamilton can switch it to the defender on the other side, or even look at Oxford again. There we go. Nice and simple football at the back, thank you very much. Right, Ayan now has the ball. Okay, Ayan's not had as much success as Yilmaz has had on the other side. But that is full time. Wasn't even looking at the clock, so didn't realise full time was just moments away. Omar Farouk Yilmaz, player of the match. Great performance, 9.3 rated. Great win for us. Well done, lads. That was a good win. And we are going to tell Yilmaz that he was great tonight. Motivated and inspired. Get in. Great performance by Yilmaz there. Now it's time to go and play Bristol City in the EFL Cup and hopefully keep our run going in that one as well. Okay, so everything was going really well, and then you come up against Watford, the OP team in Football Manager. Unfortunately, we could only get a 2-2 draw in the game. We lost what was a 2-goal lead after Luan scored in the 23rd minute and Craig Cathcart got an own goal in the 34th. Something changed in the second half and the formation bit for Watford disappeared and I couldn't get it back up. Troy Deeney and Isaac Success getting 2 goals in literally 2 minutes. And we held on for a 2-2 draw in the end. I'll take it against Watford, especially away, I'll just take it. But now we have the game against Bristol City in the EFL Cup 3rd round. So we're going to play a pretty similar lineup to the most determined team. We've still got Hamilton in goal. Bjorkhead's coming in though with Keane and Oxford. Beckett Ayan back on the right with Klaassen, Blind, Van Ginkel, Yilmaz as the left midfielder, Evander behind Luan. So Ayew is not on that team now again. In fact, you know what? We'll bring Ayew back in for this game, seeing as it's the EFL Cup. Alright, we've got some players not fully fit, unfortunately. Should have really probably checked that before we went and clicked continue. We are playing a defensive-minded 4-4-2. And we are going to say Come on, we have favourites here. And then, I know you've got what it takes. Because you should have what it takes. You're West Ham against Bristol. Alright, so EFL Cup. We are going for a victory. Sorry about the yawn here today because we want a trophy. So we're even going to try in the EFL Cup. That's what it's come to. Last season we got to the semi-finals of the FA Cup and lost to Manchester United. We got to the quarter-finals of the Euro Cup and lost to Manchester City. So the Manchester sides knocked us out of both tournaments we were going for last season. So this season we're also going for the EFL Cup. And hopefully we're about to get a convincing win considering how strong our side is against Bristol here today. There we go, 1 goal from our first opportunity. There is finally the formation is back. Where did that disappear to last game? We'll put that over there. Match stats up here. And we have started off as we mean to continue. Yes, it's a very strong side. I may even play a weaker side or a different side against Wolves, our next game in the league. Because I want a trophy. Really want a trophy. So much so that I close my eyes and I dream about it. Alright, so Nego is coming. That's a dangerous name to say. Nego crosses it in. It's dropped to Forshaw. It's back out to Nego. Crosses it in again. Evans has hit the crossbar. Okay. Really not a fan of that. This is Bristol. Don't be conceding chances like that to Bristol, please. Apologies if there's any yawns in this video, but my daughter, because my nephew was around last night, we played some Ark Survival. He loves Ark Survival, loves dinosaurs. Because he was around and sleeping in the same room as my daughter woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, got very excited to see that her cousin was in the room, and just started shouting and screaming, pointing at my cousin, going, "Oh, look, it's Harris. Harris is in the room." So my wife, lovely woman that she is, she got up and stayed up with my daughter from 2 o'clock to like 7 in the morning, and we went to bed at like 1. So I had to get up at 7, which wasn't ideal. I'd have liked a bit longer because I've been on earlies all week as Luan scores at the near post. So I would have liked to stay in bed a bit longer. Couldn't, unfortunately, so I got 6 hours sleep. My wife went back to sleep while I looked after the kids in the morning and edited that crossbar challenge, which I was awesome in. Absolutely awesome in. And we're 2-0 up, which is great in 10 minutes, but I was absolutely awesome in that crossbar challenge. Either way, I'm now slightly tired. It's, I think, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My daughter's only just gone to sleep. She was knackered, but she didn't want to go to sleep because her cousin was around. So yeah, a very tired JNO household as Ayu almost scores a screamer. But yes, very tired household. So second video I'm recording to start off next week strong. It could actually be 2 really good episodes because yesterday's episode should be really good. So yeah, it's going well. Maybe I should just record more when I'm tired because it seems to go better. I seem to talk a lot more. And Nego has just conceded a penalty to us. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be very good at converting penalties though. Luan is going to take it and gets it into the bottom right corner. Although O'Donnell was very close to saving that. The plan was for episode number 2 of The Walking Dead, A New Frontier, to go up this weekend, but because my nephew was around and we were playing Ark Survival, I didn't get to record that yesterday. But hopefully I'll get a chance to record it today and get it out for tomorrow. But that might not happen because I am going to a christening of a friend, so we'll see what I can do for you guys, but there may not be a video on Sunday. Also, go check out my Twitter account as it's half time, because I'm getting a lot more active on Twitter with FPO advice and with little clips hyping up my videos, so go check that out as well. Definitely doing a lot more on the Twitter scene. Alright, so we're going to say very pleased, keep it going lads, we'll just leave it at that. You should really be able to see this game out against lower league opposition. Okay, they have made a substitution, so I think it's time we make some. We're going to take off Blind because he's got a yellow card. We're also going to take off Keane for Evans, and then switch Evans and Bjorkhead into the middle. Give Johnny Evans some game time, our experienced centre-back. As Van Ginkel comes forward with the ball, plays it off to Klaassen. Klaassen is running forward now. Finds Ayu. Ayu out to Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel over the top to Yilmaz. Yilmaz, can he find the ball into the box? Just gets tackled. That's annoying. Bjorkhead though wins the ball. Finds Klaassen with the ball straight through the middle. Now Klaassen's getting tackled. They're really getting stuck in, this Bristol side, as Evans now comes forward with the ball. Plays it out wide to Reed. I'd ideally want my defender to drift out there and try and block the cross. It's crossed in, it's crossed back, cut back again. Hamilton with the save. Well played, Hamilton. Hamilton started to look like our first choice keeper, just slightly starting to look like it. Not playing bad between the sticks. Maybe I should have brought in a more experienced keeper and a better defender than Dion Donker. I can't even remember how to say his name without it in front of me. But you know what I'm like during the transfer window. Often I just cannot get the right player because I know exactly what I'm looking for, and then I can't find him because I can't attract the type of players I want in that position. But hopefully a good season this year, and we'll be able to attract a really, really big defender, and hopefully by that point, William Hamilton will be a really good English goalkeeper. But I really want some of my youngsters to come through now. I've worked so hard on the youth academy, so they will be getting game time today. As Beckett Ayan got a 7.2, which is great. 7.6 for Bjorkhead. Yilmaz coming in as a new signing, 7.5. Luan on a 9.5. So maybe me trying to sell Luan is not the best idea. We've taken him off the transfer list, by the way, just because of his recent performances. And we'll just tell the boys before we go on to the cup draw, a good win, boys, well done. We are through to the next round of the cup, so we'll quickly just skip forward to the cup draw, see who we get in the fourth round. Okay, so it is time to draw the EFL Cup. 16 teams will go into the hat for 8 matches to be drawn, with teams as varied as Manchester United, Chelsea, Cambridge and Bristol Rovers, the other Bristol side. So we're going to go into the draw and put it on automatic. Let's get someone. I don't know if I want to knock out a big team or if I just want an easy ride to the finals. The bigger teams are more likely to play their weakest. Oh wow, not Watford. Not Watford away. If you watch any of my series, you know that I struggle against Watford. I just struggle against Watford every single game. I think the only way it could have been worse is if I'd got Manchester United. That is literally the only tie that would have been worse in my mind than maybe. In fact, I've probably got a better record against Chelsea than I do against Watford. But Watford is who we've got. Watford is who we have to beat. I blame you, Miles. I blame you. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the West Ham World. If you've enjoyed the episode, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and check out my Patreon page where you can support the channel. All help is much appreciated, like hitting that like button and watching the adverts. All of you guys have been fantastic. We're almost at 300 subscribers, so make sure to tell some people about me if they don't already know. I've been JNO, you guys have been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.